Hi, Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda. I am a close to my heart maker, so most of the products and tools that I use are from close to my heart. So if you see anything that you like and you don't have a maker, you can head on over to craftingwithamanda.com and I'd be happy to help you out. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, here's an opportunity to do that. I typically post a scrapbook layout on Tuesday or Wednesday, and then I do some sort of fun fold Friday thing, whether it's a card or a box or something. And then periodically we get sprinkled in some of the challenges that I do throughout the way. If you already are a subscriber, thank you. I really appreciate you. You can continue to help me grow my channel through liking this video and commenting on it. With the commercials out of the way, let's get started. I had these photos from a road rally that I put together for our church when we lived in Michigan. And I just wanted to point out I hadn't matted this one yet. And the photo was getting lost when it was just on the orange paper, and so by putting that white border around it, it really just helps pop that photo. So that's just a tip for design when you are creating your own layouts. I knew I wanted to use those photos with the Candid Moments scrapbook pages just because the colors are so perfect for the inside of that church that we were at and the colors of the ball for the game that we were playing. So to start things out, I like to just tack down my base pages to my Versamats, and that way it's easier to line things up using the rulers. And I decided to take this paper that has kind of the flowers and the circle elements on it because it mimicked the game, the big ball that the teams had to get from one end to the other. And so what I did is I cut 2 5-inch strips, and then I wanted to have them kind of meet in the middle, but at an angle. So I took the big pieces and put them at the bottom, and then you'll see here that I take what I cut off of those pages and kind of put them at the top. And you can either put them, the way that I had first, or this way it's almost like that white section is a really open V. And that's kind of the feel that I wanted for these photos. And I did mount all of these, or mat all of these photos on the blue pattern paper that came in the Candid Moments kit. I just love looking at these photos of, this is one of the teams with the Dowds, and they were the object was they needed to get the ball from the hula hoop that was in the fellowship hall, pick it up without using your hands, and get it to the hula hoop that was up the stairs in the sanctuary at the very front of the church. And all the teams had different strategies. So what I did is I took the papaya cardstock and I just cut 1/4 inch strips. And because the paper is cut at an angle, you'll see later where I actually had to cut these strips apart and there's going to be a little gap in the middle. But I knew that I was going to have embellishments, or the journaling or the title I was going to be able to camouflage that. So I didn't go ahead and piece part anything else. And these are pieces that are left from the Candid Moments Scrapbook Workshop Kit. And normally I kind of go through and I'll put, this is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3 for the layouts as Close to My Heart has them set up. But this time I literally just did all the die cuts and used them how I wanted. And there you can see those little splits that are in the papaya. And I also, 2 of the photos, 1 on each page, I used foam, the kids' fun foam, to put on the back to pop those up. So the title is from the die cut letters from last year. There are thin die cuts, I can't think of the name of them, that actually I ordered and I'm waiting to come in. But I just love this no hands, because it seems like in the photo, this team especially was really conscientious about that and wanted to make sure that they didn't use their hands. So you can see here how the title has covered the gap in the papaya strip, the foam tape on this, or foam backing on this photo in the middle just pops it over the other one, so I can kind of slide my embellishments underneath. And I'm just dry fitting, kind of going through and figuring out what will work. I'll end up cutting a couple of these circles in half, I think, to slide in and kind of stretch those circles. And I'm trying to kind of move the eye or highlight, here's the title, and then you kind of go through the photos, and here's another cluster of the circles. And then as you move on to the other page, there's a circle with the journaling that's in the top and then another cluster in the bottom. So it's kind of like, I don't know, an upside down letter N for flow for across the page. Oh, and there you can see that I had cut that one orange circle in half. And you can see where I grabbed the journaling circle from the workshop and put it on. I'm kind of using it as a mat of one of the circles, and I figured it's okay to cut the top off because I'm not going to have a title up there. So that's what I did. Is it basically just talks about what I had said, that the teams had to get the ball from one hula hoop all the way to the up the stairs to another hula hoop to drop it in there without using their hands. And it was really interesting to see the different techniques. There was one team that had teenage boy very active on the basketball team and football team, and he just kind of, and he also very long legs, picked the ball up in his legs and literally like hopped all the way to the front while managing to squeeze that between his legs. So here I just cut another strip of that papaya and put the date on it. I'm grabbing these wooden arrows because I thought they would be fun. And then as I'm looking at the arrows, I'm like, but wait, I have wooden buttons. And then once I grab those wooden buttons, I have a whole box of buttons from years past. So I'm going through and I'm pulling out the different buttons I want to use. There's some darker ones, there's some blue, there's the orange. I brought on the camera so you could see. It's the old medium size organizer that Close to My Heart sold several years ago, and all that it has in it is different colored buttons. So I just thought these buttons worked really well, not only with the game and the layout, but with the colors from their jeans. I could kind of bring in that dark blue. And if you aren't aware of this, and I'm sure you probably are, but all of the wooden arrows and buttons and all the wooden stuff that's in our current catalog is very easily colored with markers or even the shimmer brushes. So you can have your button embellishments and your arrows match exactly your layouts. Like I said, I'm just kind of dry fitting the different buttons on here and just seeing what will work. In these clear buttons, there's some that have like flowers kind of cut in them, and I just thought that matched or coordinated more with that paper at the bottom, and so I was very picky on picking those with the flowers etched in them of those clear buttons. And I just, like I said, you kind of just put them down. I thought about adding some sequins and if I wanted some glitter on this, and I just decided that no, this was enough, and it tells the story and it's fun. It draws your eye from the left page to the right page. So now we're going to add buttons, and I don't know if you noticed when I was pulling buttons out for that right hand page, I actually was making a pile there on the right so that I would know that I would have kind of a balance between the color and the style of buttons from one page to the other. And like I said, this layout came together so quickly. Once I had the kind of the direction of the wide V for my open area for my big photos to go through, it all just came together. Here's a close-up of the left page, and the photo that I'm zooming in on is me kind of explaining the rules to the teams as they came in and had to experience this. And then you can see the little cluster with the circles from the workshop, and then the buttons that I dug out, some of my stash, and then the start of the title. And here's the right hand page. Again, there's the cluster of buttons. You can kind of see the team working their way up the stairs. It was just a lot of fun. And they lowered and raised the ball. The gentleman used his leg to help get it placed. So again, if you haven't subscribed, now's a good time. Here's a video that you may be interested in, and I hope you have a blessed day. Thank you.